Yes, no need for no introduction. You already know who it is. In today's video, we are going to be doing an Enzo Maresca tactics vid, but we're going to look at how the team plays in possession and also how they play out of possession. And then to end it off, guys, we are finally coming with that gameplay analysis that you've been asking for a very long time. Don't worry, guys, I've got you. So just sit back and get ready, guys. Without wasting no more time, let's get straight into it, man. So let's break down Chelsea's shape in possession. Obviously, last season we were accustomed to Enzo Maresca playing with a 3-2-5 formation, but he slightly adapted his team, especially against the lower blocks. What I noticed versus Wolves was it fluctuated during the game. So sometimes you get double pivots. It could be maybe Cucurella here. It could be Malagusto that was very high and aggressive in that right half space. He would come in to join at times but make it a three-man midfield. And obviously that's João Pedro there in that central attacking midfield role that I prefer him in personally. But I'd like to see Cole Palmer in that role when he does come back. So yeah, occasionally you will see this shape. And also depending on the ball side, you might have one of the fullbacks in Gusto or Cucurella dropping in to make a back three, which means Caicedo is now the lone DM. So there's a lot of variations, guys, that Chelsea use in possession. But I like this one um, a lot because you don't need two DMs, in my opinion, when you're coming up against a lower block. I feel like the more players you have forward attacking these half spaces, more players running inside the box, like a João Pedro, very, very good when it comes to just being a box presence, increases your chances of scoring. So now we're using an opposition as an example to break down this Chelsea shape and how they actually create chances. Now, I watched the game against Wolves, and the first half, very cagey. Wolves doing really well with compacting the space and not allowing Chelsea to play through the lines. The way I thought Chelsea played on the left hand side was really fluid. I thought Garnacho was offering a lot of depth in behind. I thought Enzo, not only with his runs inside the box, which was very important, um, him dropping deep as well to receive the ball. And often you'd see the Wolves centre backs getting quite tight to their man in the half space. The same applies here. Centre back might get drawn into deeper areas, or he might be a bit reluctant. Even that little bit of space there, kick the ball into Cucurella, little pass, and it'll be his like first time through ball into Garnacho, making that run in behind. So you've seen a lot of that against Wolves. But to be honest, guys, other than crosses, and once Chelsea do lose the ball, Wolves get it back because Cucurella is so narrow already. You've got João Pedro, you've got Garnacho, you've got all these players hounding Wolves in their own half, and then Chelsea would win the ball back and maybe even create a chance from that. All right, guys. So now we're breaking down the out of possession pressing structure. It's man to man. I think personally Chelsea are the best at it in the world. I might be a bit biased because I am a Chelsea supporter, but every time I watch Chelsea play, so good when it comes to the press. The only problem is when the press gets beat and then the centre backs are relied on to defend. But without explaining all of that, they're so good from the press. Obviously, you got the wingers here. Enzo's a bit deeper than what he normally is in possession. So you got Enzo and Caicedo, two fullbacks with two centre backs. I thought Fofana was the one being quite aggressive. So let me switch that. I thought Fofana was the one being very aggressive um, against Wolves. But as you can see, you got the three centre backs. Most teams that play three at the back, they have their centre back split. So the wingers start from here to obviously press the centre back. So, for example, the ball gets played, centre back receives, it'll be Garnacho. If the ball does get played, that's when Cucurella jumps. That's his trigger to jump. And then, as you can see here, you got Enzo Fernandez there. You got João Pedro marking his man. So, as you can see, everyone's being pressed, guys. So, this has been a common theme for Enzo Maresca's side. I think it's very important when you play against teams that play a low block because you're not going to create many chances from open play. So you've got to force these errors. When you win the ball back high, that's when the opposition is at their most vulnerable state. So now we analyse the gameplay during the match. One thing I will say is the fullbacks will only attack down the flank or inverted depending on what wing you're attacking from. So if the ball's on the right side, Cucurella will stay deep alongside Caicedo, and it will be Gusto attacking the half space, and vice versa on the left wing. And also another thing I noticed as well in this game, very early on, Enzo is making that run inside the box. And just because he's starting as a LDM does not mean that he's not making these runs. And one thing I didn't mention during the video is how Chelsea play in settled possession, not when they're pressing. Just look at the way I'm defending with the midfielders. I'm stepping out here with the centre backs. That's very important to cut off them passes. You have to get used to player switching. It takes a lot of practice, but yeah, that is pretty much everything all covered in this video. If you want me to do a part two, I definitely can. Potentially introducing Cole Palmer and Reece James in the side. We'll see. We'll see what the future has to offer, man. But yeah, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, and also hit the notification bell, man. Take care of yourselves. I'm out. Peace.